Shawn, right here at the 2017 LA Fit Expo. Don't adjust your cameras or your set. This is Gunter Schlierkamp from back in the day. Gunter, you came out of Germany. Somewhere along the way, you skyrocketed into the top 5 of the Mr. Olympia, and just as quickly as you arrived, you disappeared. You were like the one guy that took out a reigning and defending Mr. Olympia champion in GNC. I was there. I'm getting a little bit of goosebumps right now. I was there along with Kevin Levrone. We didn't think it was possible. Take me back. Was that in 2005? When was that?
That was 2002, yeah.
Okay, so take me back to that, because that was arguably your best Olympia, and then you guys went over to Louisiana, and you knew what you were up against. Did you go on that show thinking you were going to actually beat Ronnie Coleman?
Actually, I was not believing. I mean, somehow I knew I could, but I didn't think it would happen.
Right.
And so, unfortunately it happened, and it kind of hit me like everybody else, because I thought it was never possible, but it seemed like it was possible at the time. So.
Yeah, and so did your economy change in terms of, okay, now I beat Ronnie Coleman, I'm going to approach my career this way? Because it seemed like not too long after that, you just kind of disappeared. I retired in 01, so I kind of lost track of things, but you beat Ronnie Coleman. It was the pinnacle of your highlight of your career. What happened next?
Actually, 2003, Arnold wanted me to compete at the Olympia, Arnold's Classic, and I said, I want to focus on the Olympia. Actually, and he said, that's great. He asked me actually if Joe has anything to do with it. I say, no, it's not Joe's thing, it's my decision. And he said, oh, I accept that and stuff. So anyway, I focused on the next year's Olympia, and everything went well until 6 weeks before the Olympia. Had to deal with a staph infection, lost 20 pounds.
Wow.
In 3 weeks, and the one person that can back that up is actually Charles, because I was training at the time with him. And it really, I was like, it kind of had me at some point close to tears, because it was really going so well, and I think I could have topped the look of 2002.
Yeah. So what
and
happened
then, so that year I was at 325, looked phenomenal. Had the staph infection, had to go to the doctor, checked it out, so they put me on antibiotics, and within like 2 weeks, 22 pounds were gone. So anyway, I still made it. Actually, I told Flex about it, and he said, how in the hell would you go? I said, why didn't you? I said, I knew I could still get in shape.
Yeah.
So I came in shape, wasn't as good, and I placed, I think, that year 5th again.
I believe that was Flex's show too.
Yeah.
He was 7th in that one.
Yeah, and then a year later I came back. I did the Arnold's Classic. I placed 4th after that. Then in that year I competed. It was 2005. No, in 4 I was 6th again, I think, or 5th. And then
Is that when Jay Cutler upset Ronnie Coleman?
I think it was that one, yeah. And then in 2005, it was the second last Olympia, when I placed 4th.
Yes.
Didn't get compared to the top 3.
Yeah, that was
even though Arnold came back and tapped on my chest and he said, you should have gone at 2nd or 1st.
Wow.
He didn't come. He's like, actually, that show was where I looked really phenomenal again, and I just couldn't enter in the top 3. For me, that was the most frustrating year. And it's like, it kind of hit me then. I still came back in 2006, but I knew things weren't going, and it seems like at some point, when your head kind of a little bit checked out, and you kind of fight it, and you go back and forth on it, and I said mentally, I kind of checked out in that preparation, I can tell.
I was there. For me, same thing in 2001. So once you mentally checked out, then you disappeared. You went into Hollywood. Tell me about that.
Actually, I took some hardcore acting classes, went to Howard Fine's acting classes. He taught Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt and a couple other big stars and stuff, and actually got invited to the master class. And then all of a sudden, Father Time screamed. Yeah. So that was 2010. So in that whole time, I was always doing here and then some appearances and stuff. Kim was working already, had the bionic body idea.
Don't just gloss over Kim. We're talking about Kim Lyons. Okay, so it's like, this is a guy that could fall out of the tree, hit every branch, and land on his feet. He falls down out of the Olympia into the arms of Kim Lyons. You have your son, Jake. Tell me about that. How's things going?
Things going great. He's a healthy kid. Actually, I think he has better genetics than I ever had. So he runs around with a 6-pack, and believe me, we are not like the nutrition on peak, so he gets the sugar and stuff, maybe even way too much, but for some reason he has really great genetics. He will be taller than me, man. I was like, yeah, wow.
Life is good. Yeah. What's happening now in terms of what are you involved in? Anything?
So I kind of Kim had this idea, and she said she wanted to create a gym small group training. I said, what do you want to call it? She says, bionic body. And I was like, oh, that's brilliant. You have to check right away if it's available. And it was. So she went online, she got the name. And
Is that him right there? Is that
there is a little kid right
here. Let's get him on
Hey,
camera.
Jay, come on here. They want to meet you.
All right. How's it going, buddy? I'm Shawn. I don't want you to drop your food. How you doing, buddy? Say hello.
Hello.
Look in the camera. Talk to your fans.
Say hi.
Be shy. Kim, can I get you a cameo? Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Kim Lyons. Come over here. Say hi to your fans. Kim, what's been going on with you?
Oh my gosh, what's not going on? We're crazy over here. I've got, well, as I'm sure Gunter mentioned, we're launching Bionic Body, the fitness
that's
studio.
What he's just now bragging about.
And if you go to bionicbodygear.com, there is a whole line of equipment that's coming out too.
It seems like a lifetime. How long you guys been married, first of all?
10 years.
10 years.
Yes, I got that right.
I don't see you on the landscape of bodybuilding. Do you go to a lot of shows?
Actually, we went for a while to the Mr. Olympia, but just walking the Expo. So, it's hard for me sitting in front of the stage when I like to be on stage. So it kind of, that doesn't work for me. You see, you kind of work backstage. It works maybe better there.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Kim, what about you? Do you miss the stage?
You know what? I think you always miss it, but the sport's evolved. It's changed. It's different. And I love what it's evolved to, but I miss the old school days of there being such a few amount of pros.
Now there's a lot.
Now there's so many pros, I can't keep track of them all. I feel like that small family feeling is missing.
Yeah, we are evolving and growing with the Schlierkamp family here at the LA Fit Expo. I'm Shawn Ray, MuscularDevelopment.com.